There's a silent law that governs this universe, chosen ones, a cosmic balance that no hand can escape. Life has a way of returning every stone thrown, every hidden betrayal, every silent sabotage. Those who once celebrated your obstacles will one day stumble over the thorns they planted in your path. Fate doesn't forget. It watches, it waits. And when the time is right, it rearranges everything without mercy. Critics may smirk, haters may plot, but none can outwit the invisible force that balances every intention, seen or unseen. Imagine a tree trying to block the sun from reaching a seed. All it really does is make that seed grow roots deeper, stronger, unstoppable. The more pressure they apply, the more the universe sharpens you, like a sword being quietly crafted in the shadows. Their envy, their sabotage, they weren't your obstacles, they were your architects. Those who tried to bury you are now haunted by the roots you planted underground, roots that are breaking the very ground they stand on. The universe did not align you with hardship to defeat you. It aligned you with hardship to announce you. You are not just growing, you are becoming the storm they never saw coming. If you feel that deep fire awakening inside you, chosen ones, show the world you refuse to be silenced. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and prepare yourself, because your rise is the echo that shakes their thrones. Number 1. Stop letting life happen to you. Step up as the catalyst for change. The world will always try to shrink you into a size it can control, chosen ones. It will label you, limit you, and offer you a cage dressed up as comfort. They want you to believe that survival means surrender, that you must accept the hand they dealt, even when that hand was never meant to lift you. But something deeper, something ancient within you, never let you settle. That tension inside your soul, it wasn't defiance without cause. It was purpose, waking up. Every attempt they made to silence you became another drumbeat in your march forward. Every door slammed in your face only sharpened your instincts. Every setback wasn't random. It was a staircase carved out of stone, meant to elevate you higher than anyone thought possible. You weren't made to walk the same roads as the crowd. You were made to tear open new paths where none existed. And that's why, no matter how much they tried to mold you into something small, you kept slipping through their fingers like smoke. They never understood you. They still don't, because the system wasn't designed for people like you to rise. It was built to flatten anyone too strong, too pure, too uncontrollable. You weren't meant to blend into a structure that thrives on fear and quiet submission. You were crafted to shatter the silence they enforced, to expose the cracks they swore didn't exist. And here's the part they will never accept. What they threw at you thinking it would crush you became your armor. Every blow shaped you. Every trial fired you into something that doesn't just survive the storm, it becomes the storm. Imagine molten steel, raw, furious, and impossible to tame. That's what their pressure has made you, not a product of their system, but a force that reshapes it. Their biggest miscalculation wasn't underestimating your power. It was thinking they could ever limit it. Had the path been easy, had the road been smooth, you might have ended up another ghost in the machine, another silent player in their broken play. But hardship forced your roots deeper. Struggle forged your clarity. Pressure didn't just toughen you, it woke up the legacy sleeping inside you. You were never meant to be comfortable. You were meant to be undeniable. And now, every move you make redefines what strength really is. Every step forward reminds the system that no matter how many times it tries to write you off, you were always the author of a different ending. Chosen ones, realize this. You are not a mistake. You are the correction, and you were always, always meant to be here. Number 2. Don't let the system break you, let it forge you into unbreakable steel. The system was never built to carry you, it was built to crush you under its weight. But chosen ones, understand this: the very pressure they thought would destroy you is the same pressure that forges something the world has never seen before. You are not here to be shattered, you are here to be reforged, harder, sharper, and more unstoppable than anything they could prepare for. Imagine a blade being beaten by fire and hammer. Every strike, every blow, every searing moment of heat isn't breaking it, it's creating it. The system's attacks are no different. Every unfair judgment, every attempt to corner you, every silent betrayal. It's the hammer meeting the fire. And instead of folding, you are transforming into unbreakable steel. They mistake resistance for weakness. They believe that pressure will cause you to bend and crawl. But they forget, chosen ones don't collapse under pressure. They crystallize. Every trial was secretly a weapon being placed into your hands. Every time they pushed harder, they unknowingly gave you more force to launch your rise. You are not a victim of this structure. You are the quiet defiance sharpening itself into a legend. Let them come with their walls, their cages, their rules, because by the time they realize what they've created, you'll already be a force they cannot contain. Chosen ones, your story isn't about breaking. It's about becoming the weapon they cannot touch, the storm they cannot stop. Number 3. Quit waiting for validation. Walk your path like it's already destined. There comes a point, chosen ones, when you realize the applause you've been waiting for will never come. And that's the greatest liberation of your life. You're not here to impress an audience that was never meant to understand your story. Validation is a currency too cheap for someone carrying a destiny this heavy. Most people are trapped inside a maze of approval, running in circles, desperate for recognition that was designed to keep them small. But you were born to outgrow the maze entirely. Every time you slow down to seek someone else's approval, you betray the road that was carved for you before they even learn to walk. Your path isn't a democracy, it's a decree from the deeper laws of existence itself. The very act of you standing tall in a world that profits from doubt. That is the victory they'll never announce, but will always feel. Picture a river cutting through mountains. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wait for the rocks to move. It carves its way forward because that's what it was made to do. You are that river, destined, unstoppable. Beyond the comprehension of those still trying to fit into structures that were never built for people like you to thrive. The moment you quit waiting for validation is the moment you walk differently. Not because you're arrogant, but because you finally understand. Destiny doesn't beg for applause. It simply unfolds. Every step you take in silence shakes the ground louder than 1,000 empty cheers. Walk your path like it was written in the stars long before anyone had an opinion about you, because it was. And nothing they think can change the ending already promised to you. Number 4. Refuse to fight small battles. Target the rotten roots, not just the branches. Chosen ones, when you are built for greater battles, the universe won't waste your strength on petty distractions. Small battles are the traps, emotional ambushes designed to bleed your energy and slow your rise. But you were not sent here to trim branches. You were sent here to uproot the very systems that fed on your silence. Those who try to provoke you with petty attacks, backhanded schemes, or underhanded criticism, they are not your real opponents. They are echoes of a dying system, desperate for attention before it crumbles. A tree rotting at the roots may look tall for a season, but collapse is inevitable. Your focus must stay locked onto what matters, tearing out corruption from its core, not wasting your fire on broken leaves that fall on their own. The moment you realize this, the enemy's tactics lose their grip. Their small jabs, their cheap victories, become irrelevant noise beneath your deeper mission. You weren't chosen to survive skirmishes. You were chosen to end cycles. Your silence in the face of small provocations terrifies them. They think you're weak, but in truth, you're busy sharpening your sword for the real war they aren't even prepared for. Every ounce of energy saved from worthless battles is fuel for the earthquake you're about to unleash. Refuse to be baited, refuse to be distracted, stay focused on the roots, because when you tear those out, everything built on them falls. Number 5. Stop seeking attention. Build the silent force that reshapes everything. Chosen ones, the loudest voices, are often the ones trying hardest to convince themselves they matter. But you're built differently. You don't need noise to prove your power. You don't need a stage to validate your existence. Your strength was never meant to be announced. It was meant to be felt. Attention is a cheap currency in a world desperate for validation. But real power moves like an invisible current, silent, steady, unstoppable. Those who shape the course of history aren't the ones screaming at the surface. They're the ones rewriting the foundations beneath it. And that's exactly where you operate. While others are exhausting themselves trying to be seen, you are working in silence, crafting, building, becoming. Every quiet move you make, every silent decision to grow when no one's clapping, is stacking bricks into a fortress they won't even see until it's too late. Understand this: the most dangerous storms don't make announcements. They gather power quietly until the whole sky bends to their will. Let them chase the spotlight, chosen one. You chase legacy. Let them crave applause. You crave transformation. Because when the dust settles, it won't be the loud ones standing. It'll be the ones who built something real while no one was watching. Your silence is not weakness. It's your most strategic weapon. Stay silent. Stay relentless. And when the world finally feels the ground shifting under their feet, they'll realize it was you all along. Number 6. Don't misread their attacks. They fear what you're becoming. When the attacks come, chosen ones, don't make the mistake of taking them personally. Their blows are not signs of your weakness. They are screams of their own fear. People don't waste time trying to destroy what doesn't threaten them. They see it, even if they can't explain it. The quiet power you're stepping into, the inevitable force you're becoming. Every criticism, every attempt to tear you down is nothing more than a desperate swing at a future they know they cannot stop. Their fear isn't of who you were, it's of who you are becoming. And that fear twists them, makes them lash out, hoping you'll second-guess yourself, hoping you'll retreat before you realize the scale of your strength. But what they don't understand is that chosen ones don't fold under pressure. They transform inside it. You were never here to seek their approval. You were here to disrupt everything they thought was safe. A flame is harmless until it grows. Then, even those who once mocked it fear its heat. You, chosen ones, are that rising flame. The more they try to smother you, the hotter you burn. They sense the shift even before you fully step into it. That's why their hands are trembling, even as they point fingers. They're not fighting you. They're fighting the mirror you hold up to their own limits. Remember, the attacks aren't proof that you're failing. They're evidence that you're becoming unstoppable. And nothing terrifies them more than a force that no longer needs permission to exist. Number 7. Break free from isolation. Realize your fight reflects millions in silence. You are not standing alone, chosen one. even when it feels like the weight of the world has singled you out. That crushing silence you feel isn't emptiness. It's the heavy presence of millions who carry the same invisible scars but haven't yet found the voice to scream. What you're fighting through isn't isolated suffering. It's a reflection of a hidden war playing out across countless lives. You were chosen not because you are weak, but because you could survive what would have shattered others. You were given the battles no one talks about, the betrayals no one sees, the silent wars that rage in locked hearts. But here's the truth most miss. Your journey isn't just yours. It's a mirror, and every step you take forward lights a torch for those still trapped in their own silent battles. The system counts on your isolation. It bets on your loneliness. It hopes that if it pushes you far enough into the shadows, you'll forget how powerful your existence really is. But the very fact that you are still standing, still breathing, still daring to dream, that alone sends a shockwave through every soul secretly fighting their own demons. You are not one against the world. You are one leading an unseen army. When you refuse to crumble, you're doing more than surviving. You're awakening silent warriors across the planet who realize through you that they were never really alone either. Stay steady, stay ruthless. Your light is louder than you think. Number 8. Stop chasing quick wins. Victory lies in how you transform, not what you achieve. Chosen ones, it's time to see through the illusion they sold you, that success is about trophies, applause, or momentary victories. It's not. The world measures worth by shallow milestones because it cannot comprehend the depth you carry. They'll wave medals in your face, throw distractions in your path, tempt you with quick wins that mean nothing. But you weren't chosen to chase flashes of approval. You were chosen to become something so solid, so undeniable, that no victory or loss could define you. Your real power isn't in crossing a finish line someone else painted. It's in how you evolve while running a race no one else dared to enter. Every obstacle you face, every setback that tries to make you fold, isn't there to block you. It's there to shape you into someone the system can't predict and can't control. Those who worship instant gratification will never understand the journey you're on. They see the surface, but you are becoming the ocean. Endless, unstoppable, untamed. You are not here to collect rewards built on fragile foundations. You are here to become the very force that rewrites what true victory even means. So stop measuring yourself by temporary markers. Every step you take in growth, in resilience, in silent self-mastery, that's where the real empire is being built. And when the world finally sees what you've become, it won't be a quick win they'll notice. It'll be a legacy they can never erase. Number 9. Don't fear the darkness. It's there to magnify the power of your light. Chosen ones, the darkness wasn't sent to defeat you. It was sent to reveal you. Every shadow that tried to swallow you whole only served to make your light impossible to ignore. Those nights where you questioned your strength, when the weight of it all felt too heavy, were not signs of weakness. They were moments of forging, of stretching your soul into something unbreakable. Darkness doesn't destroy the chosen, it sharpens them. It pulls away the illusions, strips down the noise, and demands the real power within you to rise. The very forces that thought they could drown you were unknowingly creating the perfect conditions for your emergence. You were never meant to hide in the light built by others. You were designed to generate your own brilliance when the world refused to hand you any. Understand this: the deeper the darkness that tries to surround you, the more extraordinary your eventual rise becomes. It's easy to shine when everything is easy. It's revolutionary to glow when everything is stacked against you. Your enemies thought they were burying you, but they only built the pressure that made you a diamond. They thought the silence, the isolation, the injustice would break you, but all it did was make your comeback inevitable. Never forget, darkness isn't the end for you, chosen ones. It's the backdrop that makes your radiance undeniable. Number 10. Stop apologizing for existing. Your presence alone shatters their control. Chosen ones, the greatest disruption you ever caused was simply existing without apology. Your presence alone challenges the structures that were built to silence people like you. You were never meant to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You were never created to dim your light so that the blind could feel at ease in their darkness. Understand this. Your very existence is a confrontation. It unsettles those who have built their sense of power on others' submission. When you walk into a room, it's not arrogance they feel. It's the echo of their own limitations screaming back at them. You don't have to say a word. Your aura does the talking. Every breath you take, every step you choose, dismantles the fragile illusion of control they thought they had. They expect you to apologize for being too intense, too different, too real, but you owe them nothing. Their discomfort is not your burden to carry. It is the inevitable reaction of a system that was never prepared for someone who refuses to bow. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand so firmly that those who tried to erase you have no choice but to confront their own irrelevance. And the more you embrace who you are, the more unstable their foundations become. You don't have to fight them with noise. Your silent refusal to disappear is enough to tear holes through their carefully constructed walls. Keep walking, keep shining, keep existing boldly, because every second you stand tall, you unravel the very lies they built their power on. Number 11. Let go of the need to save. Awaken the warrior spirit inside others. There comes a point on this path, chosen ones, where you must understand. You were never meant to carry others across the finish line. You were sent to awaken what's been sleeping inside them. Stop bleeding yourself dry, trying to save people who were never willing to fight for their own freedom. You are not here to be a crutch, a constant lifeline, or a rescue mission. You are the signal fire, the one who rises so that others can remember they, too, have fire buried deep within. Those who truly have a warrior spirit will recognize it in you. They will rise because your presence demands it. But those who still cling to their weakness will see you as a threat, not a guide. Stop throwing ropes to those who have no intention of climbing. Some would rather drown in self-pity than lift a finger toward their own liberation. Understand that and set yourself free from their chains. You weren't chosen to save anyone. You were chosen to ignite something unstoppable inside those who are ready to rise. And if they refuse the call, that's their choice, not your failure. Your existence is proof that survival is possible. Your growth is a living example that the chains can be broken. Walk your path so fiercely that it forces others to either level up or be left behind. That's how real change happens, not by dragging the unwilling, but by becoming the proof that rising is possible. Chosen ones, your light was never meant to be contained. It was meant to spark fires in the hearts strong enough to carry it forward. Number 12. Don't just survive the pain, become the teacher who turns wounds into wisdom. Chosen ones, survival was never the end game for you. It was only the beginning. You weren't meant to just crawl through the wreckage and call it a victory. You were meant to rise from it carrying the blueprint of something greater. Pain wasn't sent to break you. It was carved into your journey so you could master it, translate it, and teach others what true resilience looks like. Every scar you carry is more than just a memory. It's a map, A living testament that shows others the way out of the darkness they still think is permanent. Where others crumble under the weight of betrayal, injustice, and defeat, you became something they can't explain. A living proof that not only can you endure the storm, you can command it. Understand this: pain in the hands of the chosen ones doesn't rot into bitterness. It transforms into strategy, into wisdom, into a silent force that others feel but can't quite name. You didn't survive the breaking points just to wear them like wounds. You survived to turn them into road signs, guiding others who are still trying to find their way through the fire. The very world that once tried to bury you is now forced to watch you become the architect of hope. Your life is no longer just a story of endurance. It's a manual on how to win the war no one even knew was happening. Remember, chosen ones, anyone can survive pain. Only the destined few can turn it into a weapon of light. And every step you take forward is a lesson written in stone. A reminder that the system's worst couldn't stop your rise. It only sharpened your legend. And as you move forward, chosen ones, remember this: you didn't survive just to tell your story. You survived to change the ending for everyone still trapped in their silence. Your journey is proof that the weight meant to crush you became the very force that crowned you. Stay locked into your path, because every step you take echoes louder than the noise of your enemies. If this message resonated with the fire inside you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us. Your rise has only just begun.